go. I thoroughly enjoyed pool night. Yeah, I mean, like, if more people joined and asked questions and stuff like that, I don't mind doing them sort of nights. It's like I said that night when we was playing pool, we have had people actually come over and play pool. Some people what people like, and some people we don't like. Like, obviously, there was Seller Circle. They came over and did the podcast with us. That was like when we was a year in, I think. So Amazon can be a lonely job. I love the community you've got in the Navigators. I'm liking the new Discord layout, more for us freeloaders. Well, there's no premium side now in the Navigators biohacks. It's all that is all that the Navigators offer now. We have just got the free side. So if you want to get involved in a free community, that is like how we built out the premium side. We did remove a few channels and stuff like that. The education we are still putting together, so like, you know how you join the premium side, you got the roadmap, the A to Z roadmap. We're going to release that as a single document, so then if people need it, then they could have it and they've got the whole lot there. So it would be like a one-off payment instead of paying a monthly subscription. I mean, we put a lot of hard work into the Navigators. I don't regret putting all that hard work in there. It felt like my baby. I love doing it, or talking to people, because I'm a very social person. I love to talk to people. So it's what I do, and like, I do enjoy, like, sometimes I'll come on a Tuesday night and I'll be thinking, right, I'm right down, I can't be bothered to do it. The thing is, obviously, this is now week 90, so we're getting nearly into the 3 digits. And when it gets to 100, like, how many people could say that they gave that much value? And, like, I'm not really sitting here saying, buy my course. I'm actually saying, come on to the other video platform and learn. Do you offer a done-for-you service where you run the account for the person, no limitless minds, and you want to be careful if you do want that sort of offering because you want to be the person running it. Done-for-you services, they might be just giving you the same set of leads for all the other people who are on that service, so just bear that in mind. You can see, like, there's some people out there in the wholesale space who do that sort of thing, and it's a bit risky as well because you can't be colluding, that's the word. You can't be colluding with other sellers to price match, so just be very careful if you was looking at that route. It's always better to like have your own business and run it yourself. You know what's actually happening, you learn about it. Because if anything goes wrong, you've got to have a lot of trust in that person who's providing that service. So you've just got to bear that in mind. Yeah, like biosex, all of them are scammy, and it's something you have got to be careful about. I'm going travelling and I'm looking for someone to do it for me I can have an agreement with. Like I said, it's a lot, like, how much money you're going to be putting into it, because that is very risky for you as a person opening a business. And to be honest, you'd need a lot of trust to, like, take that, like, sort of agreement. You can obviously do Amazon through while you are travelling as well. So when you're travelling, but like what you do is you'll have products go to what's called a prep centre. So what they would do is they would get all your products product sent to them. You then get your prep centre to send the products into Amazon, and then obviously Amazon sells that product and delivers that to the customer. Like a way of also sourcing, so get your products like sourced for you. You can get what's something called a virtual assistant, a VA. They would then send you products. You check them, say, yeah, this product's really good, I would like to buy this product. You buy that product, then purchase it, get it sent to your prep centre. Apparently I can sell Preparation H. I don't know what preparation. I'll check that on the Rainforest place. I can't even spell preparation. I'm saying Hey up! Like with that product, Mansfield guy. Limitless Minds. There's no problem. You come and ask as many questions as you want. It's just that you've got to be very mindful of what you're asking. Unless you know somebody personally, I wouldn't be willing to take that risk with a couple £100. Never mind thousands. If you're wanting that to fund your trip while you're travelling, it's going to potentially be costing you like, you need £5,000 plus maybe. You see with that product, Mansfield guy, the hemorrhoid cream, I'm guessing, that is a low sale price. So, yeah, more. You need more. It's going to be more like £10,000 really, but depends how much, where they're going and what they're doing. I'm not sure I want to risk it. Could get returns for burns. There's no bull or spin with this guy. Thank you, Z. Yeah, Mansfield guy. So with this Preparation H, one thing which I would mention is it's quite a low sale price. So you've got to be thinking, if you're trying to sell that product for £5.56, to get like, you've got to be purchasing that product for like 50p basically. And one thing, I don't know if you're looking at the same product as me, it's the Preparation H Clear Gel. You've also got to consider that the brand, that brand underneath it, it's saying Waitrose. Obviously Waitrose, that isn't the brand, is it? So you would be getting, it should be like Pfizer or Preparation H. This wouldn't be the correct brand. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, like I say, that would be a listing to avoid. That brand is not obviously the correct one. Another thing which you can do, and which really you should do, is if you take the EAN number, so take it from SAS here, you could go and look at GTIN lookup. So GTIN lookup, and this is going to be checking GS1's. This is going to be checking GS1's actual, I forgot the name of it, database. GS1's database, and that's going to tell you who the supplier is, who owns that EAN number, and stuff like that. And it's really got to match that listing. Oh, I need to just select that I'm not a robot. Sorry guys, I will be showing you in a second. So that's that number is registered everything to your door limited, and it's saying that GTIN record is inactive. So potentially that product could be, thought it sounded like a bum deal. Very good, very good. I like that one. But yeah, if you look at GS1, you need to be really matching that company name, that supplier, with the brand, with the listing, because this listing will get taken down eventually, especially if that GTIN record is inactive. That means that person, Everything to Your Door Limited, what they've done is they've cancelled their subscription. So Amazon will be comparing them to actual numbers and then they'll remove it. If you want to come and check the screen, what we are looking at is on the tube. So there is a link in my bio under the same name, FBA Today. So if you're not following, make sure you are following. And if you need to ask any questions, please fire them away. I do not bite and there's no stupid question. Do you do private label, Dylan? No, I don't. I'm an arbitrage seller, so my model is buying low and selling high. I did unique bundles for a little while, and I have got a little bit of experience with private label via doing unique bundles, but I have stopped doing unique bundles because of the policy changes across the pond in America. So yes, any more questions? Feel free to ask away. There is no silly questions. If you're starting out, there is plenty of free downloadables in the link in my bio. If you need help with anything, we're going to be able to do a 15-minute call if you'd like to do that. I do private label. Going hard on the private label at the moment. How do you find private label? Because obviously with private label, oh, that's going on the live stream, way up. With private label, you've got a lot of advertising. I don't know why, oh my days. You want to see how slow, I've just lost everything. I've just lost everything on the stream. There we go. Get Mansfield Guy's hemorrhoid cream back on the screen. Oh, my VA's just finished. Well, he finished about an hour ago. I've just been having to. But yes, get that hemorrhoid cream back on the. How will compounding? You blumbin love the compounding question, Mr. Z. Obviously compounding, just trying to keep all that profit into your business, using that to compound and scale your business faster. If you're taking a wage out too early, that means that you're going to be making a loss in theory, and you're going to be you'll see sales slow down, which would damage your business. So I would always recommend people always trying to stay in the 9 till 5 as long as possible. Become that registered and make sure that you have got enough stock going in and out of your inventory, because that is going to help you keep that money rotating and compounding. Private label is something you can scale and sell at the end of it. It is. I mean, like, it depends on what sort of business you want, isn't it? Private label can cost a lot more up front, especially, like I said, with the advertisements, because nobody's coming to buy FBA Today's. No one's going to come and buy FBA Today's pen, are they? So they'll want to be going to Bic, I think this is. Bic, yeah. They're wanting to go and search for a Bic pen, aren't they? So I've got to then think about how much I'm going to be paying in advertisement fees to compete with and get the customer from Bic. Guessing you take advantage of the Vine program for early reviews. Yeah, then sort all my stuff on eBay. Oh, brilliant. That's a shame for your biohacks. Do I know who you are, biohacks? Are you on the Discord? I don't know who you are on the Discord. I haven't even got the Discord open. Let's butchers. Let's have. Oh, it's Mog. Oh, hello, Mog. I didn't realise that was you. I thought that was somebody else. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone's welcome. They always know that. Did anyone see my recent video? You know my recent video, what I've just posted an hour ago maybe now? So do you have any money off codes for software, etc.? There's free trials in the link in my bio if you are interested in starting anything. If you go, I can't show you, but on my TikTok, if you press my name, maybe here, it'll be out there. If you press my name here, you go to my profile, and then you'd see it says free information PDFs and arrows pointing down. There's lots of different trials there. So Profit Path, there's a 28-day free trial. That's sourcing software. There's a 14-day free trial at Celeram, 14 at Arbisource. TrueOps, that could be up to £1,000. Keeper, that one doesn't have a free trial. Keepers are tight buggers. If you want to book a 15-minute free call, you can do in the link in my bio. There's also access to the free Discord channel. We've got Everup, Top Cashback, Cooper, Quidco. There's a load of different things. You've got free PDFs as well to help you with some basic stuff. So, yeah. As I was saying, then me... my voice is going. Yeah, so what I was about to say is, did anyone see my recent video which I did on TikTok? And that was going about my opinion. It's an unpopular opinion, and I don't think that softwares, so like Arbisource, which have just released Amazon to Amazon Europe, and like Profit Path, stuff like that, I don't think or even Discord groups, they shouldn't be offering really Amazon to Amazon Europe products, because yes, you can find products there and you do get pings, but because we are paying, you're going to be paying for your delivery, aren't you? If you do Amazon to Amazon Europe, you know you pay for your delivery. I know some of you may not. So if you was trying to obviously get your money's worth for that order and for that actual shipping cost, you're going to want to maximise the amount in that order. And if you've got like a software which is giving you a ping a day or 2 pings a day, it's not really going to benefit you that much, if that makes sense. So that's my unpopular opinion. I don't know what you guys think of that, and I'm quite happy to have a discussion on that, because I think it's an important idea, isn't it? I mean, if we go on to Arbisource now here, it is a demo account, so just bear with me, some stuff will not be working. And can we filter out the just UK? No. So I'm just showing you on here because they do have a Discord. They do have the Arbisource Discord server as well, and that Arbisource Discord server is broken down into separate. So you've got the UK side with the business pricing, and then you have the Amazon Europe side. But you can see here that we have had Amazon Europe products. Are they showing it? You have had Amazon Europe products, but there's not many of them. Most of them are Amazon UK. And there we go, we've got a German one here, which is by price of £26.11 or €29.99, and we should be selling this product at £44.27. so you're getting a £5.40 profit. If you want to see this, obviously that is on the YouTube where you can see my screen. The Discord link for the navigators isn't working. Will be back up. Ah, Luke, let me just sort that out for you, mate. I could sort that out. It should be working, so I'm surprised that it's not. We've recently had a bit of an update in the navigators, so we've disbanded the premium side, but we still have the free side. Blinking Nora! No one's told me that. I wonder if because we've made some alterations, that is why it's not coming up. So I'll sort that out now. I'll sort that out now, Luke. Sorry, 1 second. We oh my days. We're getting loads of these invites as normal to. There we go, I've got a new link, so this one should work. Just give me a second. Edit. Yeah, we've recently had we've made alterations, so we've disbanded the premium side, and now we've just got the free side. So now the free side's quite active. Lots of different people talking. If you was looking at the tube, you can see that we've got plenty of chat going off, like even regarding eBay. We've got the Amazon chat as well. I put in a bit of a discount code in the community leads earlier. So we are still working on the navigators in the background, making sure that you guys get everything value-wise. But yeah, there is that free side, and you should be able to join that now, Luke. It should be up to date now. If you don't mind checking, let me know, and I could just make sure that it's worked. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I tried to get on yesterday, and yeah, please let me know if you don't mind. But yeah, Kobe. Is that A2A? What was that, Kobe? I've just seen you, sorry mate. I don't know if you are still on the tube. Blinking Nora's been watching for a little while there, bless him. Don't know why I sounded like Mickey Mouse then. Yeah, it's still here. So Kobe, yeah, this is Arbisource, and that's obviously going through the. You can press the A2A here, and you can see we've got lots of different products, and you'll be looking at the products where you can see this is a consistent sale price. So this would be one I would be looking at if I was sourcing for myself, because you can see that we've had that consistent high price for a nice while. I know it's only the last 90 days. You can look at the 180 days. Obviously, you can look at the 365. I would be looking at this product, and with Arbisource, you check this side here as well, because this might mean that Amazon are price matching another retailer. So you check that. You can even press the other stores to do a double check, and I would be going to the listing. And then you'll analyse that data. So you can see it's £11.90. I don't know if that's the correct price. This might be a business price. So this might mean that you need to purchase a number of them. It does say 3PL FBM up here, so that's the third party. It should say Amazon Business. So it looks like a FBM seller has actually dropped the price. And if we zoom in, you can see here, we've had this third party FBM, the Oro Corp UK. They've actually dropped the price to get them sales. But that's what you would do. When I see a chart like this, what I believe, and how I would understand it, is that this is Amazon's repricer working here. So obviously sometimes when you jump on a listing, you'll be looking and you could see that Amazon are matching your price as you're going down, and what you would do is, like this one, obviously this Aura Kurt, they've actually won the buy box down at these lows. So you'd be looking and Amazon's dropped the price to try and regain that buy box back, and there you go, £16.27. Or we could be buying it from this FBA seller, which most likely they've had their repricer working as well. So they've dropped down to £11.90. So probably in a bit this would actually go back up, or this URM store, they're trying to win the buy box at a lower price. So that's an interesting one. And just looking at that sort of data point, it's very interesting to understand what's happening with the listing as well. Still not working from the Navigator. I've joined from the link in the bio. From the Navigator website. Blinking heck, it's not working for me at all, is it, Mansfield guy? If you've joined, let me... if you've joined trying to look at the... let me try and see what's cracking off with that YouTube link then. Yeah, if you want to come and watch my screen, we are going over a little bit. Ask all your questions away. I am watching both channels, so the TikTok and the other video platform. And if you want any questions answering, fire them away. We could answer them and we could go over certain things. View your channel. So I don't know why the tube in my thingy is not working. Let's see that. That should work. I don't know what the link was to the tube earlier was, but that should work now. Hopefully. You have to let me know. Let me know. Yeah, boys. What you covering today? How do you do A2A? There's lots of different ways of doing Amazon to Amazon, Kobe. I did go over them on a YouTube video. So you could be manually doing them, like a reverse search as well. You can be doing keyword searches, Keeper, so Keeper product finder. You can be doing the Keeper price tracking, and you can like use software as well. So the link in the link tree is a no-go, but the one on Pensime seems to be a goer. I don't have Linktree, do I? Where's the Linktree? I try and keep up with all this sort of stuff. Obviously, there's sometimes it doesn't work. It's via YouTube. I don't have a YouTube. I wonder if that button was going to a Linktree then. Because I've just changed it. I don't know what it was going to originally. So that might have been going to a... That may have been going to a Linktree. But I don't know. FBA navigators... Oh, yeah, that goes to, that should go to the navigator's tube. So, yeah, there is that. So yeah, let's have a look at what we could do. Where can I find that video? In the YouTube channel? No, Kobe, that was a video I posted on TikTok. All I did was mention what you can do. So, like, if you was wondering how to do things, we could go over that now. So let's have a look. If you are interested in asking any questions, fire it away and we'll go over a few basic pointers. There is obviously a lot of advanced ways of doing Keeper. They are not going to be revealed because obviously that's that is something different, but I can show you ways of doing Amazon to Amazon. So we've all seen the deals page. I'm sure you've seen the deals page on the navigators. Not the navigators. The deals page on Keeper. This is one way. It's not the best way. This would probably be one of my worst ways of doing it, really. You can do, obviously, you can do a bit of a sneaky little trick. So if you wanted to, you could be looking at Europe. So a lot, like most of my Amazon to Amazon sourcing methods work for Amazon Europe. So the deals page in the UK, you do get a lot of products where it's very rubbish. There's a lot of private label. You could probably spend a day looking at all these. You can obviously look at the filtering system, try and reduce that price range, try and get a better deal. There's other things here, so you can see this Marvel, that might be one, but it doesn't look like it with the low offer and this seller being on it all the time. Dina, that might not be one. I won't want to be paying 46 quid for that shocker either. But like, we are looking for arbitrage between, yes, it's not the best, yeah, I know. We are looking for arbitrage between obviously Europe, so buying from a European country to the UK. So the deals page in the UK might not be the best, but you can do this simple trick here. So you can see this button, the amazon.co.uk. We could change that there to Germany, obviously, and the other European countries. And you can be then looking for brands which we know. So you can see there's a Stanley tape here. That one isn't going to be very good because obviously we're looking at this price. And when you do find a nice product, so like I like to look at toys and games, you get a bit of an idea of what sells, what doesn't sell. And I would be then looking for certain types of products. I thought that was a Le Crochet. We've got like Matchbox here. Junk Orbit, don't know what these products is, but that product might be profitable in the UK. So what I've done is press that button, and now at the bottom here what I've got is the Europe price conversion. So you could then look at what the product is. You could be looking at the price in officially joined on Discord now and popped a post on there. Oh, welcome in, Mansfield guy. So yeah, you can see that obviously we buy this product here for £21.76 and we're looking to sell it at £38.12. You can, there is a way of hide, there's a way of putting Europe on this chart as well. Otherwise we could just press this and then we'll analyse our product here. You can see this product is unknown sales. When you see unknown sales, would you just totally bomb that out? Would you not consider looking at it? Can I use Product Finder to find in the EU? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's a way which you could do, like, the main way I do it, Kobe, and I won't go over this on live, this is definitely one of my greatest things. This is something that I'll be coaching, but you can go through like 5,000 products at once and compare and get that difference between Europe and the UK, and you analyse and you get a list of what profitable products are where. But yeah. But welcome in. I'm going to see what your name is, Mansfield Guy, or is it just Mansfield Guy? Paul. Bless you. I'll give you a little heart, mate. A little heart, and writes in as well, so that's fantastic. It's perfect. Luke, and we've got Paul in. So welcome. But yeah, this is a good way to find some products and use the deals page as well, Kobe. So if you was looking, I would recommend doing that. The idea as well is, yeah, one-to-one coaching, Kobe. I'm going to start opening that up again. Now we've reduced the navigators down to just the free side. I'm going to focus, and I've got more time on my hands. Instead of doing like live streams every week, I'm going to focus on one-to-one coaching. So you have to let me know if you was interested in that. But when you are looking at this sort of thing, when you're looking at this deals page, what you want to be doing, and this is a real good advantage of what we can be doing, is you want to be looking for brands which are well known in the UK and then they're manufactured in Europe. So what you could do is, when they're being manufactured in Europe, the price is usually going to be lower, and then we're going to be able to do that arbitrage because that price is lower because it's manufactured there, it's well found there, and that is going to help. What are your thoughts on all these Alibaba gurus? Well, if you're buying from Alibaba, you're playing with the devil, really. If you're doing Alibaba and buying branded products there, Asian Evil, your invoices won't get accepted. And you hear lots of these horror stories where people have brought like Oral-B toothbrush heads from, and the listing there says genuine Oral-B toothbrush heads, and they're like 5 pence. And you get the products and you can tell they're not genuine. You just need to look at the packaging and the products themselves. All you need then is a customer to say this product isn't a genuine product, and that could be then. That could then, speaking is terrible today. That could then mean that you get issued a Section 3 for your products not being genuine, not being legitimate. You'll have to then provide invoices to Amazon to try and prove that. They won't accept Alibaba's fake guru goods. So, yeah. What's your monthly profit? We don't talk about that, Tom. If you want to stay, ask loads of questions and find out my knowledge, you could do that. But that's my thoughts, Asian Evil. That's my OnlyFans name. You're a joker. How much is that? I could probably do you a discount, Kobe, because you brought obviously the keeper course and stuff. So I'll message you. But yeah, that is like one way you can do things. Football's quite good. I would look at footballs, but usually they are quite low price all across Europe. And you could do something like this and go round. We've had a price drop on here, so £16.99, £4.18, sells for £28. Most of them unknown, depending on what the product is. This might have an interactive bit. it a new product? No, it's definitely not a new product. It's an old product. I would be looking at this product, to be honest, because I know I know that it's low profit and it's showing no sales, but if you look at previous history, you can see that it's at a lower price, yes, but you could also see that it is getting a few sales, so there is some demand for this product. You've got to think, like, previously on this list in the last 3 months it has gone £24, it's gone all the way up to £71, and this isn't going to be like, you're getting a buy box here because it's FBA, and then it's gone into FBM, then Amazon's come back onto the listing. We've had a few FBA sellers on this listing, so I'll be tempted to look at the data, go on to offers, and then I'll be looking at the historic data when it loads up. So you could see here, that will be a basket limit. Yeah, that data doesn't give me enough information. I wouldn't be buying it. But this is the sort of thing which you can be doing. I would be very interested to learn from you. Check the data tab. Well, I'll message you, Kobe. Yeah, this is what I would be doing on this listing, and this is what I was just trying to say before we had all the other questions. If you see a product which is just unknown, and if you've spent up like your capital for the week, it's always good to understand a listing and have a look at these sort of listings and see what the data's telling us. So you can be then sourcing where there's either no sellers, you could say there's estimated unknown sellers, the BSR, and you can pick a few of these products up and actually these could be some of your best listings. Obviously we've looked into the data of this one. We can go to year, we can go and see that they did make a few sales, not many. It wouldn't be worth going ahead and purchasing this product. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't, and you'd be buying it from Italy by the looks of it instead of Germany. But these are like hidden opportunities which you wouldn't you would just bomb that away. And that is the thing, if you want to be thinking outside the box, these sort of products where you're hiding and you've got an understanding of how the data is being read and how it works, that's where you could start making a bit of money. Because nobody would buy this listing. I would turn that down if my VA sent me that, unless he gave me a bloody good explanation on why he submitted that. So you've got to bear that in mind as well. If you've got any questions, fire them away. I'd love to answer your questions. But does that make sense, Kobe? Let me know. I'm gated on Fisher Price anyway. I'm just trying to have a quick look, see if there's any other brands which I can see. If you're looking at cards, I would recommend being very careful, because obviously cards, they are classed as collectibles. Some cards are going to just have that language in. You would want to be checking the about, making sure that that product is actually an English product. You can see here that it's all in English, but we have got the title saying Panini France. So like something like that I would probably be tempted to avoid. You can obviously look at the UK. Sometimes the UK won't have like French products, but there is always a opportunity there to look into. Another unknown estimated sales, I would be avoiding this one. Like I say, it doesn't look very good, but I'm just giving you things to look out for, because this sort of thing is where you can find a hidden advantage. So yeah, that is like one way using the deals page, which not many people are happy to do. I've lost my deals page, so that's fun. Let's go back to Keeper. And sometimes what you'd do is you'd actually, I've been doing the stream, and you actually see that I would be on a different country, so I'll be on Italy, France, Germany or Spain. And like all of these ones, so like if I go to France now, we're looking at Amazon France. If we go to the deals page here, this is going to be the price drops of what's happened in France. And this is a way which people have been actually looking for products. I think this is what the like bots do, so the like Arbisource bot. And you do get your results, but I find that they are a little bit slow. So let me know, tap the screen, let me know what you think. If you think that I'm correct in saying that they are slow. Abu, are you still here? I can see you. Do you want me to say hello from Huddersfield? Hello Shah, how you doing? Nice to have you in the chat. Let me know if you've got any questions, if you've been doing Amazon before. This stream's different to all the other streams you see on the TikTok, in the TikTok space. I am on the tube if you want to have a look at the screen of what we're talking about. And yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask and I'll answer them. But I can see Abu, he's in the live, he's just being silent. Will the sales rank be different in each country? Yes, it will be. So you've got to be thinking like, if we go to, let's say we're going to go to Amazon Germany or something. Where are we now? We're in France. So let's just go to this, let's just pick this product and just so that I'm heading to Amazon France. Right, so if you're going to the best sellers, obviously, let's change the English. Right, now I could understand it. So if you're looking at the best sellers, obviously, is it cheating if I kissed another girl's feet but didn't do anything else? I don't think it's cheating if you kiss the feet. Probably if you started sucking the toes, that's just a little bit different though, isn't it? But I don't think it's classed as cheating. So if we go to like the bestseller page, you can see here these are the best sellers and these are going to be what's in the lowest in the country. So for example, we're doing the Lego Speed Champion. This BSR is number 2 in the in France. If you scroll down here and you can see seller amp, it's 1. You can see in Germany it's 5, Spain it's 17, Italy it's 3. So that is giving you an idea. And this is another thing which you can see on this list in particular. Because we're buying from Europe, sometimes you can't actually see this buy price. So it's saying that the buy price is $18.99 for us to purchase. But because we're located in the UK, as you can see here, buy used, it's not giving us the exact price. You can go obviously to the other sellers and have a look here, but for our newest purchase price, that's actually $30. So when you are doing Amazon Europe, there is opportunities where you might not be able to purchase them products at all. It was like for 2-3 minutes and she did have French tips. I'm not quite sure if the French tips really matter. Depends if you use your tongue, I guess. I love how this live took a severe left turn with the webtoons. She's not from Mansfield, mate. She's not from Mansfield. Yeah, this live's not planned. We could do plenty of different things on this live. You wanted a bit talking about a bit more Amazon Europe. We've spoke about Amazon Europe. Is there any more questions on that sort of thing? Another tip what I would give you, Kobe, so like when we're doing storefront stalking, so like for Mansfield guy, he's looking for you've got to be looking for things. I'm glad you laughed at that one. So if you're doing storefront stalking, you need to be lining up with what you're looking for. So obviously for Mansfield guy, he's a new seller. What he's looking for is a new seller because that's going to match him in his journey. With Kobe, you're looking at purchasing A2A. So what you need to be looking for is a person who's doing A2A, which you can find that. And when you are doing your storefront stalking, you should know how to spot what sort of methods they're doing. And if you could tell that sort of difference between an A2A seller, a wholesale, online arbitrage, it's hard to tell between online arbitrage and retail arbitrage unless you're using like a sourcing software, and then you kind of know where they've actually got that product from, and then you've got a bit of an inside knowledge. But you've got to understand what you're looking at. So do you know what you're looking for when you go onto a storefront? This is a good one for you as well, Mansfield guy. I'm going to guess your name is Paul because that's what your name is on Discord. Paul. So that's the question. Do you guys know what you should be looking at? Let me know, Kobe. Let me know. I hope I've not put you to sleep. I know I'm boring, but it would be good if you could tell me. Like, this is just a free education, isn't it, for you guys? It's absolutely awesome. What you would be doing... I'm going to move on because it's gone very quiet. Let's get rid of all this hemorrhoid cream. Let's get rid of all this hemorrhoid cream. I can't even say cream. Right, so obviously you are all of you are going to be using QVS by now, surely. My dear, do you mind getting me a drink, please?
What do you want?
Anything.
What you got?
I've just got juice, but you could get me Coke.
With interest.
I'm on live. So you guys... No man, you're amazing to watch. Oh, thank you. I take that quite kindly, Kobe. I appreciate it. So yes, all of you, and I don't know how many times I've got to be saying it, but all of you should have this downloaded. If you've not got this downloaded, yes, that's what she said, Paul. A bit of interest. You should all have this downloaded. And I'm sure you have by now. If you're doing storefront stalking, this is just going to save you time. It's free. It's part of your Seller Amp subscription. I don't need to sell it yet anymore. It saves you time. It's free. Takes 2 seconds to download and it links up to your account straight away. So that's just going to get you the islands, the all-important islands, and then you're using Buybot Pro. Well, level sports, enough to be full-time. Mansfield guy using Buybot Pro. I tried Buybot Pro. I didn't get on with it. If you want to try Celeramp, 14-day free trial in the link in my bio.
There is a Coke for you, and only a Coke, Savvy.
Thank you, buddy. Fell out over trials. Why? What happened there? What happened about you falling out with them? I'm not a fan of Buybot. I mean, it's okay. It's, I think, a little bit more complicated to use. And because I've got Profit Path as well, I can actually use Profit Go. And I find that one is really, really complex and complicated. There are some good features on there, and I get it for free, but it's more for like a somebody who's selling in multiple marketplaces. So Ricky, it's so advantageous for him because he could then look at the different prices in Europe and across Europe, and that's going to help him. But I really do like Celeramp. I done one in Jan, then tried to sign up, but their website annoyed me, so going back and forth, so moved on from them. You tried to sign up recently, but to be fair, if you have already used a free trial, they're not going to give you another free trial, are they? Unless you used a different, I don't know what they'll track. Hello John, how you doing? If you're going to be doing a free trial, you might want to use like a different email address, but they potentially might be checking your IP and all that funny wizardry stuff. But yeah, I'm not keen on Buybot. But if you do have SAS, you should have the Quick View Simplified. But the site's kept screwing you. Try again through my link. I signed up through my phone, and you can always reach out to support. They're usually quite helpful. Ash, have you decided yet? Profit Path or Orbisource? Oh, good question, Kobe. I haven't really decided. I'm keeping with both at the moment. I could show you. So I'll show you the difference. So if we're looking at orders, and I put in dash orb, right, so this is Arbisource so far, this month. Obviously Arbisource is £59. We've made £239 profit from using Arbisource alone. So you can see there we've got, it's 70% ROI, 27% margin. And to be honest, to be fair, Arbisource, I've only started tracking Arbisource's purchases from probably when I started doing the profit path. And we've been using Arbisource for a long time. If we're looking at profit paths month to date so far, we've got £365 so far. That is down a little bit because that's comparing to the full last month. And that first month, that was obviously starting the trial, making the purchases, sending them to Amazon, and then getting products sent in. To be honest, I haven't used Profit Path that much this month. Well, I have, but I've just sent in a load of products last week, so they've just started arriving and making sales. But yeah, there's them. But yeah, my VA isn't trained up. I haven't trained my VA up on Profit Path either, so that one's a bit worrying as well because Profit Path is quite complicated. I don't really want to confuse him too much. How do you use Profit Path? I found it very complicated. Follow to inspire. I would just like to say, welcome back, mate. It's been such a long time. Where have you been? And yeah, it is quite complicated, mate. I'm not going to lie. With Profit Path, it's a very big learning curve. They have gone deep on all the sort of different settings, all the different features, and that is something you've just got to be aware of. How do you use Profit Path? Mainly OA. I use Profit Path for OA. I have got different... so I use the Discord pings quite a lot. I have gone into my own history of everything I've ever sold. I've put all them ASINs into it, so every time something becomes available, which I've sold previously, I'll get that notification. I also use different like keeper filters, because if you're going to be doing a keeper filter to grab your ASINs to put into a software which is going to give you all them leads, you want to be thinking outside the box. Sorry Ash, got to go now. We'll re-watch it later on. Alright Kirby, thank you for coming along, mate. I'll catch you later. So yeah, it has gone, like, it's very, you've got to think outside the box with like the keeper settings you are putting in. Obviously I know how to use keeper quite well, not being big-headed or anything, but obviously I could find an advantage where other people won't be thinking about where I'm getting that product from. And like some simple ones are just like out of stock, and that's just like out of stock at that minute, and I'll do that every month, see what's been selling on the previous month, which has been selling well, recently gone out of stock, can I get them products available? And that's giving me an advantage because I've got a monitor then looking at all them OA retailers, which could then ping me where the stock available. And I find Profit Path is expensive. I think it's a very good tool. I could see with Profit Path you can scale it further, if that makes sense. I think with Arbisource you have got some limitations. You wouldn't be able to put, like Ricky for instance, you wouldn't be able to put 10 people on Arbisource and say do a 12-hour shift or 10-hour shift on Arbisource for 3 days. They'll all be screwed if it was down to Arbisource. And I'm not saying that Arbysource is a bad product, because it is a good product. It's just that for a certain type of seller, you've got to realise what you're after, if that makes sense. Let me know if that made sense. I hope it made sense. I think Kobe's gone now. I don't know if... yeah, he's gone. If you want, I am on the tube. Let me know. You can see my screen here. I am going to continue going over things because obviously it does get saved and you can then go out. But if you want to see my screen, that's where you need to be going. So yeah, I would be using Quick View Simplified. Everybody should be using it by now. I have been banging on about it for ages. Ages, I tell you. Ages. And what you want to be doing is obviously typing that brand in and finding a listing which has got lots and lots of different sellers on. So we can see we've got a few here where they've only got about 5 sellers on. Have we got anyone with more? If you've got any questions on TikTok, let me know. If you are wanting to know any answers, we've got one here, 9. Let's do that 9 one. Oh, we've got 18 there. 18, that's 8. I'm just looking at the 18.99. Right, so where are we going? Where are we going? We'll do this one. The turtle. So what we're about to do is look at what sort of things. Did you leave profits? I left Profit Sweep a long time ago, mate. A very long time ago. I think that I probably have left Profit Sweep. I think it's probably. It feels like a long time ago. I think it must be about 6 months ago now, maybe? Might be October time. Why did you leave Profit Sweep? Because I never used it. I wouldn't even go on it. The deals wasn't the best. Probably the best thing about it was the A2A UK drops, but I use Arbysource and you get A2A drops there. So I thought, instead of paying, I think it's got up to 80 quid now, has it? Or is it £90? I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that it's not worth it. I never used it. I never got involved with the community. I wasn't a fan of the community. You've got a lot of people showing the fast cars. Doesn't interest me. So yeah. Anyway, that's why I left. I didn't use it. I mean, it's okay, but I've got to watch my subscriptions. So we've got 21 sellers here, and this is the thing why we want to go on to 21 sellers, because we've got then more opportunity to look at these FBA sellers, and you're going to be wanting to find one which, like I said, matches with your journey. So if you was at the beginning of your journey, you would be wanting to look at somebody with similar low reviews. So like for Paul, Mansfield guy, we have got this Stay Separate Direct. I'm not trying to say there, or we've got PTP Distro. That one will probably be a little bit better with the one unit, one review. If we go on here, you're going to be looking for a few things. So you'd be wanting to look at the brands, you'll be wanting to look at how many ASINs they've got, and I don't understand why that's 44 and that async count is 33. You'd be wanting to look at the categories as well. Oh, sorry about that. What subs do you hold currently? I have got a shit ton of subs. Paul, no. You're getting exactly what you need. So currently, Forward to Aspire, I've got SAS, 2 lots of Keeper, Profit Path, Arbisource, Zapier, Link My Books, Zero. I've got my GoDaddy. Seller Toolkit Repricer. I'm trying to give you all of them. I guess Prep Center, if you're considering prep, if that's a monthly cost, isn't it? Right, so what are we? March, April. Link My Books, Profit Path, Seller Toolkit Repricer, Driver Easy, OpenAI, TrueOps, Arbisource, SellerAmp, Zapier, 2 lots of Keeper, GoDaddy, Kaspersky, Wix, that's the one, Wix, Loom. Yeah, so I've got quite a few. And to be honest, I don't think TrueOps is that bad either, so it does help reclaim that money. Oh, I've just closed my blinking sheet down. Last month, my subs came in at £523, but that includes my internet as well. So, yeah, that's including everything. So, like, obviously for my computer software to make sure my computer's up to date, insured and stuff, my internet. So some of them I've got down as GoDaddy and Zapier. So it's not GoDaddy, it was Wix. So that's for my business email. And I had a website, but I cancelled that to save on some of the money. Zapier, that is for my automated invoices. So there we go. And because I do content, I've got like subscriptions in Canva, Loom, my pen site, all that sort of funky stuff as well. Right, so yes, we'll go back to Paul. Because Paul wants to look at what we need to be looking at when he goes to a storefront, you want to be looking at a few different information. So, like, obviously top brand, we don't want to have somebody who's saturated in just one brand. With Lego, that's fairly safe. But I would be considering all the other ones. Hawaiian Tropic, I don't think that's something you can sell, so I would avoid that. But you want to be looking for the different type of brands and making sure they're not just saturated in one. If they have got like 100 units, 100 ASINs, sorry, and this is 100 products to that one brand and they don't sell anything else, that is a big red flag. I would avoid looking at their store. I would avoid looking at all their products of that brand, because that person is usually got, they'll be working with the brand or with a wholesaler. You're not going to compete with them. So checking all the different brands, making sure that they are some sort of third-party seller, and making sure that it's worth putting a bit of time and effort to do further checks. I would be considering looking at the top categories, but that is going to vary. It's not the most important. As long as they have got a bit of saturation in there, it's just trying to eliminate the fact that they're working with a certain wholesaler or a distributor. So I would be being very careful with that. When you are dealing with arbitrage sellers, we've got to be aware that them sellers are going to be moving categories. So like towards Christmas, you'll see them loading up on toys, games, beauty, gift type ideas. Usually you'd see in the summer, most of them will be moving to sports, garden wear, outdoor equipment, them sort of niches. So you just got to understand what's actually happening with the sellers. You've got to understand why people are doing that. What sort of... Okay, Mansfield guy. And that is going to give you a really good advantage against other people. Just having that bit of knowledge, taking that time to understand the data. Because if you understand what's actually happening on a listing or happening with that seller, that's going to give you an advantage compared to somebody who's saying, go to Holland & Barrett and buy 10 units of this, because that you're not learning anything there. This is a business. You're learning your business and taking them steps to actually look at the data, because for us, we're just data analyzers basically. And we're putting our eggs into the data of what's actually happening. And that's how you make the educated decisions which we make to purchase a product, to sell the product. So, as you can see here, we've got saturation in the brands, we can see the saturation in the categories. And you'd be wanting to move down then and have a consideration of a few other factors. So you'd be wanting to take into consideration their stock levels, because if they've got stock levels which are like hundreds, thousands, that means that they're going to be doing wholesale, because it's very rare that you're going to get a supplier to issue 200 units of this Lego set. Usually for OA sellers, that means that they'll be cancelling the order most likely. You have got to take these store stock levels with a pinch of salt, because if you're looking at these store stock levels, they may have a basket limit on them. If they've got a basket limit on them, that is going to give you skew results. Luckily for us, not many people do put them basket limits on, so we are okay to assume that these results are correct. And then what you're going to be doing is looking at these charts here. So this so far has gone into deciding if that person's a wholesaler, if that person's a distributor. We've figured out if they're going to be OA, RA, A to A, or if they're going to be wholesale or brand direct distributor. So now, what percentage of your buyers is wholesale? Very little. Follow to inspire. I've been working on doing a lot of online arbitrage compared to wholesale. Now what you need to be figuring out is what sort of sourcing are they doing? Are they doing RA, OA or A to A? And the only way we can tell that now is by looking at these charts. So these charts give us the details of if this product's doing A to A or if it's going to be a OA seller, RA seller. Looking back, you'd be looking for dips and seeing if that person's purchased that product at a dip. You can see just by looking at the chart, we have got a few dips. These wouldn't be buy dips like this product here, £16. You can see that it's only dropped down to like £15.50. So this wouldn't be enough information for me to say that this product has been dipping a lot. You could potentially say that this drop here is going to be a better one, from £25 down to whatever this is. It looks probably about £16. I don't think that's going to be as much of a drop as it should be. And you'd be looking at, if you need to find out, obviously you could open this product up, check it, see if it's actually profitable at them prices, and just double check that this person is doing OA or they're doing A to A, and do that extra bit of research and just understand, have a look at the different things like we've got here. This one's going to be obviously a to A opportunity. We've got they're selling the product for roughly £30, probably about £29 just off this chart, and you can see that they're just buying it roughly about £16. These are just guesses. Obviously, if we wanted to check that, we could open the listing, we could scroll down to the keep chart, wherever it is, it's up here. So you can see that chart is there selling, it's £29, not 28, which I said, and they'd be buying it at this £16, $15.99. We could just double check, see if that product is profitable at them prices. And you can see, for me, it's not profitable, but obviously I've got my prep fees on and VAT registered and all that gooey stuff. So yeah, you've just got to be aware of what you're looking at, and that will give you the difference between a OA seller and then an A to A seller. And like I said, with RA and OA, it's quite hard to tell the difference. With RA, you're not going to see the prices they're purchasing the products for unless it's like a click and collect shop. Sometimes you'll have products which you won't be able to know where they've got the products from. So that might be like clearance in your RA stores. You can use obviously the Arbisource here and check if any of the products are profitable doing away from them suppliers, and then that will give you a bit more information. So does that make sense, guys? Do you sell a lot of electronics? I don't believe. What? Let me have a look at my... Oh, balls. What? Why is my PC being... Oh, it's because that... I had a sneaky pop-up on my screen. Damn. Here we go. I'll tell you in a second. Some facts. I'll give you the real shiz. So let's just get my Chrome profile up. That one, let's go over here. Let's put it onto Keeper. I'm not in France, I'm in the UK. So electronics, I've hardly got any electronics. My biggest category at the moment is 34% toys and games. Then I've got DIY and tools at 24%, home and kitchen at 10%, PC video games at 9%, fashion at 7%, beauty 6%, computers, accessories 4%. So that could be, I guess, electronics. Books 3%, sports outdoor 2%, baby products 2%. So there you go. buzzing ting. That's the real facts. Just to shout out, if you are interested, the YouTube is in the link in my bio. Obviously, I'm going to be starting to do some long form content on there. I'm going to be taking on potentially taking on. Don't want to jump ahead too much. Potentially taking on a second virtual assistant, which is going to help with the running YouTube, and then they're going to help with admin, invoices, that sort of thing in my business, and that's going to be a little bit more manpower, or team power should I say, because obviously we're not sexist on this channel. So make sure you go and hit the YouTube, check it out and join us. Yeah, like and subscribe, baby. Eep. Any questions? What percentage of your OA is from EU retailers and UK retailers? I don't know. I don't really track that, Follow to Inspire. I track the difference between Amazon Europe to obviously the rest of... No, I don't. Let's have a look. Well, to be honest, I don't think I've done any UK to it this month. So at the moment, Amazon to Amazon Europe has been 50% of my purchases. OA has been the other 50%, so it's 50-50. Last month it was 75% OA, 25 A2A. I haven't really done much OA this month, to be fair. I need to get onto it. But yeah. Or at least I'm not saying manpower could get you cancelled and possibly arrested. Yes, possibly. Possibly. You've got to be very careful nowadays, especially being an influential person like me. How well do toys do outside of Christmas? Toys do okay, to be fair, Follow to Inspire. I was surprised looking at that, to be fair, that I've got that much percentage in toys and games. I thought it was lower. And to be honest, I thought my fashion would have been higher. Potentially books. I definitely would have said that DIY and tools would have been the highest, but that's the facts. Do you think you can make a lot of sales with A2A without winning the buy box all the time? Good question, Jeremy. Obviously, if you're doing UK A2A, that is, you're buying them price drops. So, firstly, if you doing the price drop, do a reverse search first to see if you can get that product cheaper elsewhere, and then you can use your cashback and your discount codes. But it's a good question. You're waiting for that price to drop. Sometimes, like, I don't like having my stock in Amazon too long. My repricer, the longer my products are in Amazon, I'm reducing my price. If they stay for, if the price is too low for 60 days and I don't sell out, that means I'm going to start my repricer automations that actually brings the price down. Not to brick the price totally, it does go down slowly over months, but I do have, obviously, prices. My repricer does age my stock and go down. But with a lot of A2A purchases, what you see is a lot of people gambling. And I don't know if I'm going to get restricted for that word. But they don't have enough historical data to have that judgment call, which I believe anyway. A lot of people, so you see like a lot of PC monitors. PC monitors are a great example. So if you're looking at the keeper chart, you have like what I call turrets, so the castle. So the price will go high and it'll go low, high, low, and that could be a gap of about a month where you could be just making like one rotation of your money. I don't really like to do that. And the thing is, if people concentrate on A2A too much and they're waiting for that high to come back and try and get them sales then, that could be slowing your business down. So you've got to be very careful with that sort of thing. Does that make sense, Jeremy? Because if Amazon's dropped the price to a low, you're not going to be able to win that buy box competing against Amazon at a high price. What I like if I saw that turret effect, the high, and then wait a month and it's low, wait a month and it's high, I would avoid them products for A2A. When you're doing Amazon to Amazon Europe, you have less of that because obviously you're doing an arbitrage between different countries. So you'll be buying from Europe, getting it sent to the UK, and then you don't, like, Amazon's not price comparison against other online marketplaces in the UK, not online marketplaces, online retailers in the UK. So you do actually get a decent amount of sales because you'll be buying at that lower price, send it to the UK, and it will still be at the high price. You don't have no turrets or anything. Welcome, Louis. Welcome, Kev. How are we? If you've got any more questions, Jeremy, let me know. What kind of fashion do you sell? There's lots of different things you can sell in the fashion category, follow to inspire. When you say fashion, a lot of people just assume that it's going to be clothing. You don't have to sell clothing to be in the fashion category. Just have a look on Amazon. So if you went on Amazon here, best sellers, you go onto fashion, and you can see there's all sorts. You've got bags, you've got luggage equipment, you've got inner soles, shoelaces, sandals, you've got belts, slippers, all sorts. When I say fashion, it doesn't mean that it's just I'm selling t-shirts. It means that it's a fashion category. There could be all sorts in there. And a lot of people just totally discount fashion, which is crazy because it's a good category. I haven't even been drinking this Mansfield Guy. Is Entertainer, NDA Toys and Smith's big suppliers for you? I haven't done much purchasing from the Entertainer, to be honest. I do like purchasing from the Entertainer though, because you could go through the cashback sites and you could gain a lot of money through cashback. So you could get like, sometimes it's like 15% cashback on the Entertainer. With Smith's, I would happily order from Smith's. There's nothing wrong with Smith's. You get the invoices. Problem with Smith's is you don't get like no cash back. NDA Toys, I don't think I've ordered from NDA Toys in probably 3 years, mate, if I'm being honest with you. But I do like Entertainer and I do purchase from Smith's, so them ones, they're not big suppliers for me. I've got lots of different suppliers, but yeah, if there's nothing special added to it, it's not worth it. There's interest. I'm wondering what you're on about. There is interest, Mansfield guy. Don't taste like those oat in there though. What cashback sites do you use? Top Cashback and Complete Savings. So yeah, I use Top Cashback and Complete Savings. I prefer to use Complete Savings though. I've managed to wangle a way of trying to beat that £250 back cashback, which is fine. It's been working so far, so I'm getting more cashback than that 250 quid. But yeah, I use Top Cashback, I use Complete Savings, but what I do is, because you can't stack them together, what you've got to use is like EverUp as well. It's not that strong, blinking Ekpol, Mansfield guy. It's not that strong. But yeah, so for to inspire it, what I would do, if you was going to make a purchase and you wanted to obviously double up on your cashback, like I've got, like with Argos, like a 4-stack Argos. So with Argos, what you do is you use EverUp, but I purchased my EverUp gift card with my Capital on Tap, so that's 1%. Then I use my EverUp to get like 3% basically. Then I would use Complete Savings, which can be up to 12%. So what's that? 1, 3, 12, that's 16 so far. And then I've noticed, I didn't check for a while, and then I've noticed my airtime rewards has actually been clocking up a 4th stack. So secretly, I've now got £22 in my airtime rewards. So I was getting cashback when I wasn't even expecting it. So there you go. It does all stack, but if you was using Top Cashback and Complete Savings together, you won't be able to get a double cashback. It's how you position yourself. To get more cashback, did you just do loads of buys at the end of the month to beat the 250? Mine, it's not always at the end of the month. I think last month we had 2 cashback amounts. I think that's just how it fell. But if you go over the 200, if you get approved for that over £250, it will automatically pay it out at that. So my recent one has been £320, which I got paid out. So it does stack, and you can go over that 250. Pardon me. Right guys, it's coming to nearly the time where you guys have got to say, Ash, this stream has been absolutely amazing. Thank you for doing it all. You're such a swell guy. Remember, if you want to go and check me out on the YouTube, there's a link in my bio. You could just go and press follow. End of month transactions are pending. Next month it resets. Usually it's still thinking. You can complain to them and they'll give you, I mean, they are really good. They are a good service. I know it's £18 a month, but you can claim that £18 back, but they are a good service. You open a ticket with them, they'll sort it out straight away. I'm not quite sure about the end of month transactions are pending. Next month it resets. I'm not quite sure about that. I think it's just how it's displayed. I think you will still get your money back. It's been live for ordering. That's only because you want to blink and lick toes, Mansfield guy. Oh, dearie me. It's been a funny old one, hasn't it? Oh, we've got lots of messages. Lots of messages. But yeah, if you're wanting to get involved in... I've not even thinking. If you want to, you could go over here. I think that's my finger. I've got it on a big chat so I can't even see myself. If you go here, that goes to my profile. You go to the link in my bio. We have got lots of different stuff. There is, obviously, if you was interested in joining the Keeper course, I'm interested in doing a Keeper course 2.0. So that's going to be a live 6-week course. It's going to be different to the last one. So if you did attend the last one, it's still worth getting your name down on that interest form. If you wanted to get involved with the last one, that is still available with the Keeper course, the link in my bio. It's a really powerful course, lots of information in there. Profit Path, if you want to take up your 28-day free trial, there's a link in my bio. We have got a lot of links for software I wouldn't go without. Celeran, Arbisource, Keeper, TrueOps. We have got a 15-minute call which you're welcome to book. I will help you where I can. Free Navigator Discord access, like I say, Keeper course. If you was interested in getting the Everup Top Cashback Cooper, there's a link in my bio for them. There's lots of free PDFs, a few paid products if you're wanting them. And if you really want, at the very bottom, there's the option to buy me a beer. If you love the content, love the live stream, it helps the channel out. But yeah. Them web toes. Yep. Only web toes at Mansfield, mate. Do you need me in the Keeper course for comic value? No, that... When I do a Keeper course like that, that is fully serious, mate. We do try to enjoy ourselves. I mean, the last one we had a few laughs. But we do try to focus on the work, because that's what we're there for. Getting all the information, understanding the data, finding our unseen advantage like we went over on this one. If you have missed out some of this live stream, it is recorded and it will go out to the YouTube, so even if you wanted to just listen to it as a bit of a background noise, let us know. And well, don't let us know, just go watch the video. It's there, you don't have to let me know. But yeah, it's going to be lovely. I will be going off in 4 minutes, so this is your last chance to talk. I will mention that I am going to be opening up the coaching calls again as well. So, because obviously what's happened, we've stopped the premium side of the Navigators. So that Navigators now is just 100% free community. Lots of activity going off in there. I've got more time now to open up some one-to-one coaching, and then I'll be able to help you where it matters. Quick, find me some products for the newbie. You can do so much in 3 minutes. Is your Keeper course free? No, Follow to Inspire. The Keeper course is the one I did last year. The interest form is going to be the new updated Keeper course. The first one I did, no. That's on the link in my bio. To be fair, that one was so good, I'm actually struggling to find that much, like, that one was so good, there was so much involved with it, with like all the downloadables and like the efficiency hacks and bits and bobs like that for Keeper. I've actually struggled to come up with 6 lessons for the 2.0 of the Keeper course. So it has been a little bit difficult. No, it's not free now, Follow to Inspire. Like I said, there was stuff in that course where people, like, I did notice that there was people who mentor. They actually joined that Keeper course. They've got the Keeper course and they've done their own mock-off version and they're selling for a lot more. But I'm not that sort of person. I tried, like I always said when I released that Keeper course, I was going to undercharge and over-deliver, and that's what I bloody did. Now someone's taken advantage of that, and this is a problem. Is that the lads with Lambos? I'm not quite sure. The thing is, they used an email, and then it was linked to a mentoring, but I haven't, I don't want to get, I know that he's mentoring, so yeah. And that's the thing, like, I try and do my products and my courses at a genuine price, so then people who genuinely need it, they could take full advantage of it. But then all you get is people who go and sell courses for a living, come along, take advantage and rip it off. That's why I like to do everything live as well, because it's me. That's all my energy that I've, like, when I did the Keeper course, I spent so much time on that to make sure that you had so much value, and that's why you had the downloadables and, like, some of the stuff which is in that course nobody has ever spoke about before. So that's why it's powerful, and that, to be honest, is why it's still for sale. Follow to Inspire. Right, guys, it is 9:01. You know this Roger Moore. You know the Roger Moore. It is time for me to end the stream. So if you want to get involved with anything, I've just ended the YouTube by accident.